Hi, I'm Claire. I'm the creatress and founder of Indie Rose Rituals, and welcome. I'm here with part 3 of our temple manifestation 4-part ritual journey to close out the end of 2021 and the beginning of 2022. And don't worry, if you're watching a recording of this in the future, you can do this at any time. It comes in 4 simple parts. But once you combine these parts together, temple manifestation is really about just bringing deep embodiment before seeding a prayer in a co-creation with the universe, really tuning in through our entire body and becoming crystal clear in a very deep and grounded wisdom, feeling, discernment, really tuning in and tapping into deeper parts of ourselves before just throwing intentions and throwing prayers out there. It's so easily done, especially New Year's intentions. People just get very excited and it's a really powerful time to set intentions, closing one year out and opening another year. And it can just be done a bit surface level. So this is really going to take you on a deep journey from the inner wisdom through the sage, through the third eye, into the heart, into the altar where we feel and we tune in to that deeper love and the feeling in the heart, the deep intuition and the knowing. And then today in part 3, we're tuning into the prayer, which is in our base, that's in the womb. That's our base knowing. That's our key access to self-exploration, to spirit, to connection, to our deep desires. And that's what we're really wanting to tap into today, is where our truest and deepest desires reside. And over time, especially if you're on the spiritual and healing journey through my experience, and I know lots of other people, is when you do go on the healing journey, that a lot of the healing is done in the base. And a lot of us have got base wounds. We've got sexual wounds, we've got base from birth wounds, we've got family wounds. That's where our family lineage all resides, in that base. And it can be really easy when you go healing and transforming and finding new aspects of yourself spiritually to like cut yourself off from your base desires. So this beautiful ritual is really about activating those true you, present moment you, future vision you. What are those desires? What are those root, core, womb, deep womanly desires that are going to come to you, that are going to be shown, that you're going to see, that you're going to witness? They're going to come through in a much deeper way, because when you've done part 1 through the pineal gland and the third eye, asking for that sage wisdom, writing down anything that came, and then anything that came in part 2, we've been discerning that and going deeper into how does that feel by holding some of those moments of wisdom and pieces of paper in our hands, and then allowing the visions and the feelings and the insight to come through our hands and through our heart, to see on a deeper level what wants to come on a feeling level from the wisdom from the third eye. And now we're moving down again into the base, into the womb, where we're really going to be tapping in and allowing and invoking our deep core desires to come through on a soul, spirit and body, our entire being. We want to speak to every aspect of ourselves. The human aspect is so important. This is the human desires can get cut off in the base, because we feelings of guilt or shame or trauma, we can cut, oh no, I shouldn't do that, it's bad for me, and we can cut off our connection to feeling our deep desires. And I know all about this. I'm speaking from first hand that I also personally am really doing these rituals to close the end of this year off, because I'm feeling this surgence, and I know so many other women are, that we want to be more tapped in to our core, raw, wild desires, that we don't want to be shaming ourselves or feeling guilty for having these wild human spirit and soul merging. I like to say merging the sexy and the sacred together, that they need to be merged and married and brought together in wholeness, that they're not separate, that we don't separate and tear ourselves apart to think that the sexy, raw, wild desires can't go with the divine, light, spiritual desires. They can absolutely merge within our spirit, and our spirit is the one that can weave those together. So we're really, when you do this invocation and this ritual, really see it from that aspect that you're speaking to access and see and witness and feel your deep desires from your entire being, and really tune into that. And I'm recording this in nighttime, so obviously I've got all my candles, and I'm recording this in nighttime because this is actually a really beautiful, this ritual and this part of the puzzle is really beautiful to do at night. So before you go to bed, it's a really beautiful time to do womb and base work. You know, when we're just coming towards the end of the day and you get into bed and you lay down, or maybe before, just before you go to bed, this is really going to be accessing before you go into sleep. And you might get stuff coming through in your dreams as well. And again, just journal anything that comes through. Anything that comes through when you speak the invocation that I'm going to give you and you do this ritual. Write it down in your journal where you've been writing the last 2 weeks down, because we're going to marry it all together and see from a whole embodied perspective in part 4 next week, and then create a very powerful prayer and intention to take you through into next year. So this ritual is really simple. It doesn't need to be at night time, but I feel womb and base work is really beautiful done in the night under the cloak of darkness, and before you go to bed is just a really beautiful time where your body's just starting to relax and you can really go there. So when you get into bed, just really create some time, do a meditation, or you might want to do it before you go to bed. Set up your sacred space wherever you are, day or night. Do a beautiful meditation, just really tap into your whole being, from your crown down through your third eye, down through your throat chakra, into your heart, your solar plexus. Come into your sacral and then into your base, and land into your base. And when you land into your base, as we've been using in part 2, our hands are the feelers. Our hands feel everything. Our hands absorb, and then they send that energy up into our heart center. And that was what we're practicing last week in part 2, was to really open that and become more explorative and more curious with the magic that exists in your body. So we were opening that up. So you're going to use your hands and place your hands on your bare skin, on your womb area, on your base yoni area, and speak the following invocation. This is below in the comments as well, and it's on our Instagram page, and you would have got it on our Ritual Energy Care email if you're watching this from our email. And the invocation is, while holding your bare skin and your womb and your yoni area, may I connect with my truest desires within my entire being, soul, spirit, and body. I give myself permission and space within my base and womb to feel, see, and witness my deepest desires. And you can keep speaking that. I'd really urge you to write it down as well in your own writing, instead of just reading my writing. Write it down in your own writing, in your journal. Words are spells, and when we write them and speak them, we're activating. So an invocation is a spell, it's an intention. You're activating a deeper part of your consciousness by speaking that. So write it down, speak it either once or keep speaking it until you really get into that deep mode. Meditate beforehand so you're in that deeper space of awareness, and speak it while you've got your hands, and then just allow your awareness, allow this journey to go from your base, from your womb, your feeling, your urging on, your calling forth, your deep desires to be known, to be felt, to be heard, to be witnessed. You want to feel them. So give yourself permission and trust that when you speak this invocation, miracles can happen, deeper knowings and deeper insights will come through your womb and your base to allow you to see and feel desires that you may already be aware of, or desires that are maybe a bit more hidden and suppressed that really want to make themselves known. And just allow anything to come through, any feelings, just be the witness. Stay centered and balanced all the way down through your energy center, and allow it to rise as you've got your hands on your belly. Then you can activate what we did in part 2. You can start allowing what's growing and feeling in your womb to move up through your hands and your arms into your heart, and allow your heart to be a witness. Allow your heart to hold you in love, in deep divine love. Your heart can hold anything that comes through. Deep desires, your heart can hold it. And then take it up, take your awareness into your third eye, into your deep divine wisdom, into your inner sage, and allow your deep inner sage to witness your base desires, your core desires, to be seen, to be heard, to be witnessed, to be felt. Really allow every aspect that we've done the past 2 weeks to be, so you're feeling held and supported and trusted from all of your body in this process, and just allow anything to come through. Write it down, journal it, speak to your partner, to a friend, do whatever you need to do to allow anything to come through, whatever comes through that wants to be known as a deep core desire. Just let it come, write it down, voice note it. We don't need to attach to any of this. This isn't our prayer we're seeding. We're just being a witness. We're just invoking our truest desires, that we witness it within our core strength, within our core centered being. You witness it and enjoy it. Do it a couple of nights this week. Do it every night. Do it every morning whenever you feel the core. This is about self-exploration and curiosity to why. Why do you want to set an intention at the end of this year, beginning of next year? Why? Go into that curiosity, like why? And allow that curiosity to take you deeply into your inner wisdom, into your inner love, your inner knowing, your inner feelings. Allow your deep desires to come out, to blossom, to grow. And I'm excited just for what comes through for you this week. I'll be again sharing stuff on the Instagram page and the stories this week. And if you've got any questions, just reach out, share in the comments, share, DM me, email me, let me know how you're going. I've had some beautiful emails already the past 2 weeks of women just sharing some beautiful intimate details of how they've been finding the first 2 processes. And I love to hear and see what is going on for you in this journey, and share this journey with you so that we really close the end of this year together with power, really deep embodied truth, and we step into next year feeling so grounded and so sovereign and so crystal clear in what we're calling forth and the prayers we're seeding for next year. So blessings on this process, on your womb, on your base, on your heart, on your inner wisdom, on your entire being. Bless you, and I'll see you next week. Bye.